This is the aft fuselage bottom skin. There are 3 other skins with a similar shape, the top and the 2 sides. The skins are joined with these 4 longerons. Each longeron makes up a corner of the box shape. All the holes are already drilled, it's just a matter of deburring and priming to start the assembly process. The inside of the bottom skin is all deburred and cleaned. I also deburred and cleaned the stiffeners that go on the skin. All parts are ready for priming at this point, and then I'll cleco everything together and then start riveting. Alright, I have the bottom skin all primed out and all the stiffeners, angles primed, longerons primed. There's 2 more over here. Now we're going to start assembling this thing. And this just shows the stiffeners around the access hole on the bottom of the skin. The 2 bottom longerons are riveted to the bottom skin along with most of the stiffeners. There are a few areas in the very front that you leave unriveted at this time for when you join the aft fuselage and the forward fuselage together. I got the nut plates installed for the access hatch and the bottom skin here. That's kind of, I'm not sure if you can see the profile or not, but they do stick up, of course, which we know they would. But shouldn't be a big factor. And here's the side skins, how they come. There's 2 side skins in there, and I'll take the paper off now. All right, here's the 2 side skins. Took it out of the paper. Went ahead and labeled both of these. This will be my dedicated top inside right skin right here. And then the other one is labeled top inside left skin. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but anyway, I'll probably take one of these off the table for now, put it back on the other table and start deburring all the holes. All the angles are already deburred and primed and ready to go. It's just a matter of deburring the holes here and priming, and then we'll start assembling. On the right skin, just aft of the windshield cutout there's a vertical L angle that's supposed to be placed there. Instead of using that L angle, I'm using the square tubing I got from Viking aircraft engines. This little tubing is what Viking uses. It has these little notches in it, 2 of them. They use this to help support their header tank. Here in a second you'll see the straps that will actually support the header tank vertically. Those straps kind of get wedged in between the side skin and that tubing there. All right, I just used the original part. Here's the part number anyway, it should say F18-1. I just use that as a 18-1. I just use that as a guide, the original part here. I use that as a guide. I just kind of rested it over this piece here, clamped it down, and just drilled the holes into this new part here that I got from Viking. And just so I wouldn't have a rivet go in where these slots are, I did stagger a hole or 2. I can't remember which ones I use now. Maybe this one here. So there's gonna be a couple holes that aren't lining up. I think this one here, and then over here maybe this one. And these will get up drilled, according to the video, will get up drilled to A5 holes or size 20 holes. This is where the new F18-1 will be installed. I won't rivet this down until the straps for the header tank are installed first. This is my right side skin. We're looking out the outside of it. Getting ready to rivet the stiffeners in it right now. This longeron piece is on the top, and I'm trying to figure out whether I should rivet it to the top skin or the side skin. And going through a couple websites, and it looks like people are riveting it to the top skin first. It's really hard to make that out in the instruction manual, because the instruction manual Zenith gives you is not updated. It's 2021 right now, and their last update was 2014. So they have a lot more holes drilled to final size and everything else. So a lot of the steps could be omitted from the instructions, but it's hard to differentiate what you need to do and what you not need to do and what time frame. So we're getting ready to rivet the side skin. All right, the angles are riveted on. The only things I didn't rivet on these angles here were where they overlap this longeron here. The last two holes I did not rivet. That's on the top and the bottom. Just because I'm gonna put these longerons on the top skin, and when I do that, these longerons are gonna have to slide down into these little grooves here. So I went ahead and left 2 rivets out to make that sliding down in there a little bit easier. Same things on the bottoms. But I'm just gonna take this longeron off for now and get my other side skin done. And then after that, I'm just gonna go ahead and work on the top skin. And I'll probably end up just riveting these longerons to the top skin, just like I did to the bottom skin. All right, here's the top piece, right before flipping it over to rivet. There are 2 bulkheads in the aft part of the fuselage, and this is just showing those 2 bulkheads in position. Just gotta make sure the orientation is correct. These 3 thick pieces of aluminum together form a strong box. This box will go in the front of the aft fuselage as a top cross member. Eventually the aft wing spars will attach to this structure. I had decided it would be a good idea to make this structure first before joining my fuselage skins. There is an attachment plate that gets placed on the square cross member. You need to pay attention and put the 3 bolts in before putting the rivets in. The holes in the bottom of the plate get attached to a vertical upright channel. Here you can see that the side skin is not as long as the bottom skin and the longerons. There is an extension skin that gets added to the side skin. You'll see this in the next clip. Well, I guess I have a white tail now. I thought these 2 parts were interchangeable. I didn't know there was really a left and a right, and evidently there is, because I typically had this one on this other side, so the primed part is on the inside and vice versa. But the holes were just very slightly off. I could these holes lined up perfectly, but then these holes right here were off in the rib here, and they were off enough you couldn't get the cleco in there to squeeze them in. So if I put the holes in here, these would fit perfectly. Everything would line up everywhere else, but then this hole down here would be off, and plus it'd be off from that lip down here as well, ever so slightly, like a 1/16 of an inch or so. So like, surely they're the same, but nope, they're not. I switched it out, and now I got a perfect fit on this one and a perfect fit on the other one. So I guess I'm gonna have a white tail. All right, ready for the top skin now. I just use little popsicle sticks on the angles there, and just to create a little space between the angle and the skin, so then the top longeron can slide down in between all the L angles. And this proved to work out really, really well. Well, here you can see I got the 4 sides of the aft fuselage together. Those rings are where my header tank is going to go. And in the next video, we'll add a lot more structures to this aft fuselage.